So, hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek News. I'm here with Peter Primack, After Hours at Origins 2013. Peter just in from the Czech Republic.
Yes.
A little tired right now in his time. But he stayed up just to show you something coming from CGE at Spiel 2013.
Yes.
Imagine?
Yes.
Small, after two big expansions for Galaxy Trucker, you have something a little smaller.
Yes, we decided that for now there is definitely enough of big expansions, so we want to make new stuff for Galaxy Trucker anyway. So we decided that we will make just new ships, nothing more than new ships. And here there is ship 2-1, 1C and 2C. It's both at the same time, actually, and
See the color coding here that you add on the yellow ones for two.
Yellow and white. So when you use only 1C, you build only on white spaces, and with 2C also on yellow. But that's not everything about this ship. What is interesting is that if something is coming from front or from behind, and you roll with the die, and if you roll 1 or 6, it will change and it will come from the side instead. That's one thing. And second thing is that if you look at the numbers here, number 3 and number 4 is here twice. So it means that something actually splits and hits the ship twice. And one more stuff, and that here in the middle there is some rift. So you cannot use universal connector with other connectors than universal on this rift.
Okay, so that is only universal with universal.
Yes. Yes. That's about this one.
Okay.
It's pretty small, easy.
That's right. No safe rolls at all for anything? No.
Of course not. Yeah. They were just for newbies.
That's right.
Here there is new ship for the third flight, and as you can see, it's pretty. It looks boring. But it's actually not, because in ship 2B, I think, we had that cylindrical ship, and this one is actually on the sphere.
Okay.
It means that right side is connected to left side, and top is connected to bottom.
Okay.
So, for example, this space is connected here, but also here. And you need to place proper connections. What is interesting about building this, that you need to keep somewhere spaces, because you need to put somewhere engines and guns. And behind engines and in front of guns, you need to have free space. So you cannot, actually you can, but then your ship will be really bad. But usually you will keep some free spaces here, and for them you will just so it is not so easy to build it, and these empty spaces, they are considered to be weak spots of the sphere, and the bigger the weak spot is, the worse for you. So at the beginning we will look how is your biggest hole, actually, which means connected empty spaces, and based on that you will pay some amount of money.
Okay. As an insurance, I guess. You have to pay up front. Your ship is weak, you're going to have to pay more. Just
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. And
That's the thematic tie-in. I got that right.
Yeah. And of course, as last expansion allowed us to make ships class 4, we have one new. It looks like this. Again, connected from 2 parts together. And what is interesting about this ship, that some spots here have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at the very beginning, you will start with 4 different ships, and you will build 4 different ships. But once the hourglasses turns for the first time, the player who turns them, he also rolls with the die, and it will tell, for example, if he will roll 3, that these 2 ships are now connected, and you need to connect them into one ship.
But before that, this has to stay blank.
Yes, yes, and it will happen again when next time somebody will flip the hourglasses, and this way you can end up with 2 ships, 3 ships. 1 ship is maybe also 1 ship probably is not possible. Yeah. Okay. So it's something interesting that you have to adapt during the building based on what.
But at least now you have different ships. They're not falling apart in mid-space. You actually start with 2 ships or 3 ships, and
yes.
you'll lose pieces of those
Yeah.
as they go.
Yeah, and that's basically everything about Galaxy Tracker. It was pretty.
Do you have a name yet? A tiny expansion?
We were considering small expansion, but it will be something like new ships, new models, something like that. Yeah, we are still discussing it.
Okay. Did you have anything else to show off or talk about?
Yes. We will have this on our booth in Essen. It doesn't look very interesting until I do this. Then it makes a lot of different things. Basically, this cube has a lot of different programs in it, and these programs are different games. Not all of them are games. For example, this is something my 4-year-old son really loves.
I have a 4-year-old. I can imagine that perfectly.
Yeah. But there are, of course, a lot of different games. Some of them are to test your skills. Some of them are to test your brain. So, for example, this one. Actually, I will hold this.
All right.
And once you tap on it, it will run. And your goal is to rotate with the cube in a way that this spot will still be on the top.
Okay. So, touch this.
As you can see, it's speeding up.
Yes.
Oh.
Is it cursing at me in Czech?
And now it will tell you the score.
Your score is 103. Double tap to restart the game.
So 11-3? What is...
103.
Oh, 103.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, is that good? Is that average?
I know that some girl broke the score with and she had over 999. But my top is around 300 and something.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
there are a lot of different programs, and actually this cube wasn't done by us as CGE, but it's done by some other guys from Czech Republic. And when I found it, it really intrigued me, and I wanted to do something with it. And I decided that I immediately bought it. And when I tested it, I found that it's a really interesting thing. But these guys, they are perfect designers of such things from the electronic point of view, but they are not game designers.
Right.
So we agreed that we help them with games for it, and they will program it, and we will also have it for at our in SN at our booth, because we will also make some specific stuff for board games. For example, for Galaxy Tracker, there will be that you can use it as hourglasses.
Okay.
For Space Alert, there could be generator of missions. But there would be also universal stuff like universal dice.
Okay.
Then clock, that which will limit amount of time for every player and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, that's really amazing. I mean, I guess you're in a good position. You can bring this to an international market as well,
yeah.
in addition to just, as you say, talking about designing actual games.
By the way, this is just Easy Snake, nothing more. I'm trying to eat different things.
I have an app like this as well, where you tap the snake and it moves around different directions. And
Yeah. Something like that.
okay, and it gets longer and longer. Okay,
Yeah.
super.
And now I ate myself.
All right,
Okay.
fascinating. You have a price, or you're still working on exactly what's going to be in it, and
I'm not sure right now what price would be exactly in a cent.
right.
Yeah.
All right, super. But I mean, still having something like this to demo, it's a nice. I don't want to say it's a nice change. I mean, not that your games aren't nice, but it's just it brings in a different market. It seems as well, different types of customers. Maybe the family group. You get the family
hope
group.
so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks very much for the overview. I'll let you get to bed.
Yeah.